I'm very sorry not to be with you at this World Sustainable Development Summit. I've enjoyed many in the past, and I know that they're very valuable, productive, and enjoyable occasions. And I wish you very well in this one. I want to say a few words about leadership, about voice, and about values, and then again wish you well for the WSDS. Leadership. The world sorely needs strong leadership now. We have an imperative to act, given the magnitude of the risks, and we have a great opportunity to act, given the new growth and development story that is in our hands if we invest wisely and well. And that opportunity will be taken if the leaders of the world can explain clearly, on the basis of their own understanding, how big is the risk from inaction and how big is the opportunity from action. My new book, The Growth Story of the 21st Century, tries to set out that growth story. We've had a very good recent document, which is on Viksit Bharat and net zero from Niti Aayog. We've had a very good book emerging just now from Amitabh Kant and Siddharth Sinha, also setting out the opportunities for this new growth model. So that leadership is coming, and it's coming from India in a very strong way. And the WSDS is itself an embodiment of that leadership. But that leadership now has to be strong, because we're living in a turbulent world with headwinds, and grasping that opportunity will require strong and clear leadership. Secondly, it's very important that people speak up, particularly that those who are vulnerable speak up. The small island states have done that rather effectively in the past. We now have much bigger numbers who are being put in danger by what's happening in the Himalaya. The Himalaya is the third pole. It's important to the world, and it's directly important to billions of people who depend on it for their water, who depend on it for that water to be controlled and not come in great floods. It will, if it starts to go in terms of snow and ice, as of course is happening already, grave threats to the monsoon. Billions of people are at risk because of what is happening in the Himalaya, and what's happening in the Himalaya, it comes about from the emissions in the world as a whole. So speaking up, particularly on behalf of the Himalaya and the threats to the people who depend on it, which in many ways is us all, but of course particularly those who live in and close to that region. In expressing our voices, we have to express our values. And our values surely should be to look after the rights to development of future generations, to look after the poorest and the most vulnerable now, and create new opportunities. So that is those are the values of the rights to development, of the rights to poorer people in particular to be protected. But with those rights, there also come for many, really us all, there come obligations. It is not justice to foul the planet because other people have fouled it in the past. But those who have made the biggest contribution to the difficulties that we face through their past and current emissions have an obligation to help those make the key investments that are necessary to find the new way forward. And that is something which the rich countries have to look at, and look at clearly and strongly. They have to cut their own emissions, and they have to help finance the investments that are necessary, and with great opportunities in the poorer countries of the world. If they do that, it'll be in their own self-interest, but it'll also be an ethical obligation which they should face up to. So I'm sure at the WSDS, those issues of risk, those issues of opportunity, and those issues of ethical obligation will come through very strongly. And in so doing, the WSDS will again offer its own leadership in the world. The very best of luck in your deliberations. I'm sorry I can't be with you.